100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. Don't really need down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. Don't really need down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Hey, everybody, it's the...
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in week 16. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Third play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Purdy, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. There are the numbers for Samuel from that game last week. He was pretty prophetic. He said before that game, I want to get in the end zone often. He got there 3 times.
Yeah, it's one thing to catch a lot of footballs. That is important, but it's what you do after the catch that can make you great. And he had a great game last week.
2nd and 2. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think, Coach?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Now a handoff looking right. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Mike, 55. Hey, Echo. You don't want to
2nd and 6. Taking a shot for Samuel. This is caught. A big play there for the Panthers. 56 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance, as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now, to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Purdy. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treat it as such.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. 2nd down and inches. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Brian Burns in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Looking to throw. Purdy. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Get ready! 30 base.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The quick slant caught. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest work.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Let's go. Do it. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Looking to throw on second down. Purdy, he's got his tight end over the middle. T.J. Hockenson. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
They're in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
On first down, Purdy nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Back to throw. Purdy, right side. It's the tight end, Hockenson. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And Elliott puts this one through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do get to 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
Carolina getting set to take the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. That good for 19 and a first down.
Let's go.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Now they try the right side here. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. So we reach halftime, and so I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, third quarter. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? They'll look to throw. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first. They'll look to throw now on first down. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 2nd and 1.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 24. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now they try the right side here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. He'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tab.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. But sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 35-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Purdy nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Singletary. 5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Purdy. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Set 50, plant. Switch.
They run here with Singletary. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
You got it. You got it.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 5. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. But now it's 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Purdy. And that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Try to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up a throw.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's taken down inside the 30. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 28. They'll look to throw here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now they try the right side here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well.
And this is going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Hey, let's go. Get set.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Open man is Higgins. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. They're still throwing the football here. And obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
60 Pittsburgh.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Now they try the right side here. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't coming to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. Yeah, I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. No, my color bright. I ain't gonna play with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Living up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, say no please. Reporting live from the winning side, ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable.